Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to an all new episode of Lay It Omni, the show where you guys give me general gaming news and topics to talk about, and I in return lay it on you. Today's video topic is a little bit different from some of the previous topics I've talked about in the past, but one that I think a lot of you should really hear. If you're listening to this and you're angry, you're stressed, you're, exhausted, you're confused, or just overall you're just kind of sad, I really think you should give this a listen, okay? And if you're just doing just fine, then that's awesome. You should listen anyway, just in case, okay? All right, so look, all right, check this out, okay? This is gonna sound a little bit weird, but just hear me out, all right? In today's world, we are constantly connecting and extending ourselves to just things, like people, events, topics, social media, news, just, things. Without even knowing it, our brains are constantly processing new information while storing old information as we scroll down our feeds and live out our days, which is fine, That's just what we do in this new generation. I'm not complaining. But sometimes we extend too much of ourselves to the outside and start to neglect our own body and brain's maintenance. This usually leads to us feeling the feelings I mentioned earlier, but worse, it keeps us from improving or getting out from those emotional states. A lot of us are stuck feeling sad, or they're stuck feeling angry, or we're stuck feeling anxious and just can't seem to recalibrate to get back to our normal selves per se. But enough of that philosophical outer world mumbo jumbo bullshit. I'll just, my point is that a lot of us aren't taking the time to reset. And I don't mean just getting a good night's sleep. That's a soft reset and part of the motion, but doesn't cover the entirety of the full reset that you need. So in this video, again, if you're feeling angry, stressed, exhausted, confused, whatever those things are, if you felt these things for long periods of times and didn't know why, I'm going to explain to you from my personal experience how to reset so that you can start life refreshed and renewed. First and foremost, number one, clean your personal space, all right? Wherever it is you find yourself, the majority of the time, whether it's your room or your office or your car, just clean it. Decluttering the mess that you got going on the outside is so priority if you want to fix what's going on the inside. Like, I don't know, you ever walk into a large empty space or like a super clean place and find it just like easier to breathe? Our brain picks up on the environment and sometimes translate that feeling into us, consciously and sometimes subconsciously. When your space is cleaned and organized, you just generally feel a little better. You know where things are, you know where things aren't, and because you're aware of what's around you, there's a small peace of mind that's gained from that small bit of information. Clean your space, okay? And don't multitask while doing it, like watching TV or play video games. Focus. I mean, hell, if you're listening to this, then you can multitask doing that because you can, again, do this and do other things. But regardless, throw away anything you don't need or that's been sitting in the corner of your freaking closet for years, okay? Just keep the place that you are around the most functional. Once you have your personal space clean, number two, drink some goddamn water. How many of you had some water before listening to this video, huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you're listening to this right now, pour yourself a tall glass of cold or hot water, however you like it, and drink that shit, okay? I swear to God, I sound like a parent, but it's not even like that. Like, I've been playing sports like my entire childhood and teenage life. And when you're exhausted and at your limit, your body craves two things only: oxygen and water. Rarely can you have too much of either, but it is very common for most of us to just stay dehydrated without even knowing it. So many physical and mental issues are solved by simply just drinking more water every day. And any of you who have experienced this knows this to be 100% fact. Drinking water is like, I don't know, it shouldn't be like this, but drinking more water is like a secret buff to life. Now, I call it a secret because you'd think it would be common sense for everyone to know, but they just don't. There's really not much I can expound further on this topic. Just guys, trust me, okay? Buy yourself a personal 1 liter water bottle and figure out a way to keep that bad boy filled up all day and drink it, okay? After a few days, I promise you'll immediately feel the difference in your life. Thank me later. Okay, your personal space is clean. Your body is cleansed of most toxins because you're drinking water. Number three, groom yourself. This is the third step in the journey of your reset, okay? Fix yourself up in the most basic ways that you can. Take a shower. Make sure you're taking showers daily. I know you smashers love testing the limits of how long your ass can keep clear from soap, But this ain't no Pokemon Stadium minigame, okay? Wash your shitty asses. When you shit, that shit sticks. And unless you're woke like me and you're using baby wipes, that funk will linger until you throw yourself under some hot ass water, okay? On top of that, brush your teeth. Twice, bitches. Twice. Maybe even 3 times, but just at least twice. Once in the morning and once at night. More importantly, floss, yo, okay? When you eat, there is actual food that stays in your mouth, regardless of how much you brush or wash or rinse. That shit turns into gross white stuff called plaque that digs into the insides of your teeth and hides and pushes into your gums. And then it just sits and festers and just lingers. And the longer you keep that shit unchecked, the more your gums just fester and decay over time, yo. It's really fucking nasty. And if you don't floss, you'll most likely get halitosis or periodontal disease, which means every time you talk to a girl or a boy, it will permanently sting and you'll be forever alone. You don't want that, okay? I know dude in their mid-20s who got gum disease and now they got all sorts of teeth problems. You don't want this in your life. Floss, my niggas, okay? Still on part 3, after you've taken your shower, you brushed your teeth, and you flossed and did whatever maintenance that your outer body can use. Wash your face, trim your beard, get a haircut, invest in skincare products. These are very basic hygiene things that can, and again, make you feel better both physically and mentally immediately, okay? You'll like how you feel. Treat yourself. And if you've done steps 1 through 3, you'll already feel a significant improvement in most aspects of your life, but let's go further. Number 4, eat a little better. Notice I didn't say get on a keto diet and eat 500 calories a day and become a vegetarian or any of that bullshit. If you want to make a dramatic diet change to your lifestyle at one point, that's fine. But for now, at the most basic, just eat a little better, okay? If you've never eaten breakfast, eat breakfast. Like, I hate eating breakfast personally. So I forced myself to eat a packet of low sugar maple syrup oatmeal every fucking morning. All I do is put that oatmeal in a cup and put hot water in it and mix. It tastes bad. So what I do is I add a small teaspoon of peanut butter for the taste and the protein. Regardless, I hate oatmeal. But this is the only breakfast that I know that I can make in less than 30 seconds. And I can tell y'all, it makes a huge difference throughout the day. I don't know what it is, but my body just starts working better earlier in the day. Find something that works for you. Otherwise, just be conscious of what you're putting in your body, okay? If you put a lot of shit in your body, you will feel like shit. That's just how it goes. The more shit you put in there, the more shitty you'll feel over time. And how you feel physically will weigh down on your mental state. Even when I say just eat a little better, it's not easy. We, especially as Americans, are used to really fucking up our bodies with fast food, soda, large portions of food. It becomes so natural to us. Just look at the food you eat before you eat it, okay? You're probably going to eat it anyway, but think about how all that processed and non-digestible food is just going to have an adverse effect to your insides with or without you knowing it. I feel like I could go on forever about diet and how to eat, but I won't. If you want me to go into more dieting in itself in another video, I'll be glad to, but for now, at the very least, guys, eat a little better. We tend to eat worse when we're feeling worse because there's a very brief momentary of happiness by chowing down into that nacho bel grande from Taco Bell, but it's so temporary. The permanent effects last much longer. Okay, your personal space is clean. You're drinking water and eating a little better so your actual shit is clean. And you're grooming yourself so your body is clean. See a pattern yet? Number 5, sleep a little better. This was the hardest one for me, okay? My entire high school and college life was built around me staying up until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, saying that I'll stop watching this slice of life harem love comedy anime, but then I watch one more episode over and over and over until it's just literally 4:30 in the morning. Or staying up late playing Smash with the crew, even though I know I gotta get up early and go to school or work. We as gamers are pretty terrible when it comes to our sleep schedule, which is fine. I don't expect any of you listening to this video to suddenly go to sleep at 9 p.m. and get 8 hours of sleep every night. However, if you are in the state of depression, anxiety, anger, etc., lack of proper sleep is probably contributing to the problem, and it would be a good idea to get some proper rest for at least 4 to 5 days. If you have trouble sleeping, I highly suggest buying a small thing of melatonin. It doesn't knock you out like NyQuil, but it gets your body relaxed and comfy for good sleep. Again, I'm not trying to tuck you in every night from this point, or unless you want me to. But you really need to consider resting properly if you want to reset properly, okay? And that's it. That's how you reset. At this point, if you took these 5 super hella easy steps, you should feel like a completely different person. Now, you might have noticed I didn't mention exercise. That's because while exercising is basically essential for you and has nothing but positive effects for your body, it feels like it's a bit too much to ask of a person who's trying to get out of that negative emotional state, you know? Consider it a bonus. If you feel like going, go. When I'm going to the gym regularly, I feel like I'm at the peak overall, both physically and mentally. It's good to get your heart pumping too. It reminds your body that you're alive. But yeah, I know most of this sounds like common sense, but I think sometimes common sense isn't always common, and a lot of us could use a reminder on what it takes to pull ourselves out of a rut. Usually just doing one of these things has a significant impact on a person, but doing all 5, and you'll ascend even the gods, my dudes. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys on this episode of Lay It Omni. You've just been laid. If you're listening to this and you're in need of a reset, just give it a shot, all right? You got nothing to lose. You got everything to gain. Or if you know somebody who probably needs to hear this, send this video to them because, I mean, you know, everyone needs a little bit of help. Mental health is really important. I just want to make sure all of you are treating yourselves right. If you're listening to this video on the day I upload it, which is Friday, then today is the perfect day to get things going because you got all week and no excuses, okay? Take care of yourselves, all right? And last but not least, have an awesome day.